I welcome you to this session of ISO 45001 2018, and today we are going to discuss clause number 7.4.1 under 7.4 communication. 7.4.1 is general clause. So as usual, first of all I will read out the requirement to you as given in the standard. Clause 7.4.1 general. The organization shall establish, implement and maintain the processes needed for the internal and external communications relevant to the occupational health and safety management system, including determining A. on what it will communicate, B. when to communicate, C. with whom to communicate, and under C there are 3 points 1, 2, 3. Internally among the various levels and functions of the organization, that means with whom to communicate. Number 1, internally among the various levels and functions of the organization. Number 2, among contractors and visitors to the workplace. And number 3, among other interested parties. Now further on, D. How to communicate. The organization shall take into account diversity aspects. For example, gender, language, culture, literacy, disability, when considering its communication needs. The organization shall ensure that the views of the external interested parties are considered in establishing its communication processes. When establishing its communication processes, the organization shall take into account the legal requirements and other requirements. And next, ensure that occupational health and safety information to be communicated is consistent with the information generated within the occupational health and safety management system and is reliable. The organization shall respond to relevant communications on its occupational health and safety management system. The organization shall retain documented information as evidence of its communications as appropriate. So this is all as given in this particular clause, and now let us discuss the requirement in more detail. As the topic says, the requirement is pertaining to communication, and the general aspects related to communication are given in this clause 7.4.1, and that we are going to discuss in detail. See, the organization has to implement and maintain the processes needed for internal and external communication. That means internal and external communication requirements have to be established, and the process for doing internal and external communication has to be documented, it has to be established, it has to be in place so that people can follow it without any fault. So, relevant to the occupational health and safety management system, including determining. So when we say that the organization has to establish, implement and maintain the processes needed for communication, that has to include determining A. on what it will communicate. Now that's the most important aspect. The entire organization should be clear on what points it can communicate with the outside parties, on what it will communicate, or within the organization also. Number B, when to communicate, at what specific point of time the communication will happen. And C, to whom to communicate, with whom the organization has to communicate, whether it is some external source or the communication has to be internal, or at certain levels, or only at the workers level, or workers leaders level, or whatever it is. So on what it will communicate and when to communicate and with whom to communicate, this has got to be clear. Now with whom to communicate, it talks about 3 points. Internally, communication internally amongst the various levels and functions of the organization. At various levels, people working at various levels, communication has to flow to them. Whatever is essential with regard to the occupational health and safety management system, that means things to be followed, what has to be done, how to take care of the safety aspects, anything which has got to be communicated to the workers, it has to be done internally among the various levels and functions. So the internal communication is the very first thing, and number two is among the contractors and visitors to the workplace. That means people who are coming from outside, people like the contractors who are coming from outside, and the visitors to the workplace. They should be clear about what the organization wants, or what precautions they have to take, or what safety aspects they have to observe. So all that has to be communicated with the people who are from outside, like contractors, like visitors to the workplace. And number three is among other interested parties. So there could be other interested parties, like we have got some legal requirements. So legal authorities may be wanting some communication. So among other interested parties, there will be lot of parties, including the legal authorities, and contractors, and people who are dealing with the organization, marketing setup, people who are selling our products and services. So all these people, we have to communicate with all the levels, so that as and when they come to the organization, the safety aspect is taken care of. So that is why among the other interested parties also, it becomes very important to communicate, so that they take care of the safety aspects. Okay, now we go to next, D, how to communicate. The organization shall take into account diversity of aspects. For example, gender, language, culture, in what part of the country we are located, literacy levels of the people, disability aspects of the people. So all these have to be taken into account. For example, we have to take into account the gender, whether we are taking with the ladies, we are talking to the ladies, then the way and the tone and the style has to be mild and different, so that nobody feels offended, and gender care is taken. And the language, if the local language is different and the people working on the jobs, they are not familiar with the common language, English language, which is used within the organization, then the language aspect has to be taken care. We have to communicate in their language so that they understand. And the cultural aspect has to be taken care. What is the culture that they are coming from? So culture aspect has to be taken care. Literacy, how much literate are our people? So accordingly, the communication has to be keeping in mind the literacy levels of the people, and the disability aspect also. Maybe some people are not able to read and write or listen. So accordingly, the communication has to be dealt in a manner so that they are able to understand what we want to tell them. And when the communication, considering the communication needs, when we are going to communicate. So this has to be clear to all the people working within the organization. The organization shall ensure that the views of the external interested parties are considered in establishing its communication processes. So the views of the external interested parties, that has to be taken care. The views of the external interested parties, like regulatory authorities, like people who are visiting, like our customers. So any external interested party who is visiting our organization, we should have means of communication which is suitable for them. So the organization has to ensure that the views of the interested parties are considered in establishing the communication processes, and when establishing its communication process, the organization shall take into account the legal requirements and other requirements. So the requirements have to be kept in mind. Whatever is our legal requirement, what aspects we have to fulfill, what rules and regulations we have to follow. So accordingly, the communication has to take care of all these things. So take into account the legal requirements and other requirements. So all the requirements, including the legal requirements, have to be taken care, and ensure that the occupational health and safety information to be communicated is consistent with the information generated within the occupational health and safety management system and is reliable. Whatever we are communicating to the people, we have to ensure that it is according to what we have put in the system. It should not happen that our system is talking something different and we are communicating something different to the people. Then there will be a clash between the requirement of the system and what we have communicated to the people. So this should not happen. Ensure that the information communicated is consistent with the information generated within the occupational health and safety management system and is reliable. Whatever we are communicating, that should be reliable. So this has to be taken care, and the organization shall respond to relevant communications on its occupational health and safety management system. If there is any communication from outside or within the organization has to respond suitably, keeping in view how our occupational health and safety management system is working. So keeping in view the working of our system and keeping in view the facts which are in place, the organization will respond with the relevant communication on its occupational health and safety management system. And the organization shall retain documented information. Records of all this communication has got to be maintained. This is important aspect. So once the records are the proof that we have communicated with the people, and any query which came to us, we have replied to that query. So we have to maintain the records. The organization shall retain the documented information, that means the records, on evidence of its communication as appropriate. So there is no requirement from the side of the standard. The organization has to consider what is appropriate and accordingly maintain the records on what is required, what is the requirement of the organization. So it is left to the goodwill or rather the requirement of the organization. So if the organization feels that a certain thing has got to be recorded, the records must be maintained. So that's all in this clause. I hope you have understood the total requirement fully and completely. But by chance, if there is any doubt anywhere, please give your comment below this video and I will try to make it clear to you. And if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up, give me a like, and also share my video with your friends and colleagues. I'll feel very happy if you do so. And also please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and also press the bell icon so that as and when I load my video, the information will reach you without any delay. Normally I am loading my videos on Sundays, So be on the lookout. Thank you very much for watching my video. Bye bye and see you again. Bye.